You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network, the home of the Options Podcast. For more quality options programs, visit theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app available in the iTunes and Google Play stores. Select programs are also available via live stream at mixlr.com/options-insider. That's mixlr.com/options-insider. Don't forget to follow along with your favorite programs and submit your own questions for the hosts at twitter.com/options, stocktwits.com/options, facebook.com/theoptionsinsider, or via questions at theoptionsinsider.com. The Options Insider Radio Network is sponsored by Fidelity Investments. At Fidelity, you'll always get a great value for your options trades. And with powerful investing tools that provide clear next steps, plus independent research and a wide range of investment types, we can help you make better trading decisions. Learn more about options trading with Fidelity at fidelity.com/options. Options trading entails significant risk and is not appropriate for all investors. Certain complex option strategies carry additional risk. Before trading options, contact Fidelity Investments by calling 800-544-5115 to receive a copy of the characteristics and risks of standardized options. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE SIPC.
Good morning. Today is Monday, October 1st. How is it October already? 2018. This is your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Our first story today is from investing.com. It's the top 5 things to know in the market on Monday. First thing to know is Tesla's Musk makes a deal with the SEC. Tesla executive Elon Musk reached a settlement with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission on Saturday, which allows Musk to remain as CEO, but he will have to resign as chairman for 3 years. Shares in luxury car maker Tesla surged 15.61% in pre-market trading. The deal was made after the SEC sued Musk for securities fraud for a tweet he sent in August that he was taking Tesla private and had funding secured. The SEC said those claims were false and misleading. Both Musk and Tesla will also have to pay a $20 million fine. Second thing to know today is the U.S. and Canada reached a trade deal. The U.S. and Canada reached a trade deal on the North American Free Trade Agreement on Sunday night, just hours before the deadline. The deal was renamed the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement and will give the U.S. access to Canadian dairy market and will cap Canada's auto exports to the U.S. The loonie hit a 4-month high after the announcement, increasing 0.7% to $1.2814. U.S. President Donald Trump had given Canada until the end of September to make a deal or face being left out of the new trade agreement. The U.S. already made a deal with Mexico, the third NAFTA member, earlier this month. U.S. futures surge on trade deal news. U.S. futures pointing to a higher opening bell on Wall Street as investors were optimistic following news of a U.S.-Canadian trade deal. The S&P 500 futures rose 0.59%, while Dow futures gained 0.76%, and tech-heavy NASDAQ 100 futures increased 0.79%. Meanwhile, in Asia, China, and Hong Kong, indexes were closed for a national holiday. In Japan, the Topix closed 0.04% higher, and the Nikkei 225 gained 0.55%. Fourth thing to know today is Facebook reports major data breach. Facebook is likely to be under pressure in trading on Monday after it announced a major security breach on Friday. The social media company said that an unknown number of hackers obtained access to the logins for as many as 50 million accounts. The breach follows the controversial Cambridge Analytica scandal and allegations that Russia used the platform to influence U.S. elections. The company could be fined up to $1.63 billion by the European privacy regulator, Ireland's Data Protection Commission, DPC. Shares of Facebook fell 0.89% to $163 per share in pre-market trading after closing at $164.46 on Friday. Fifth thing to note today is oil rises ahead of U.S. sanctions against Iran. Crude oil was higher on Monday as U.S. sanctions against Iran go into effect this week. The sanctions, which are aimed at Iran's oil sector, continue to increase prices as traders worry about decreased supply. The U.S. has said it will not increase supply to offset the decrease in production. Meanwhile, OPEC and Russia indicated there would be no immediate increase in production at a meeting in Algiers last week. Our second story today is from investing.com. Cannabis short interest soars amid accusations of naked shorting. Short interest in high-flying cannabis stocks surged 52% in the third quarter, and some investors say the wild price swings indicate there may be even more activity than the data reflect. Total short interest in the marijuana space hit $3.1 billion on September 27, up from just over $2 billion at the end of June. This according to data from financial analytics firm S3 Partners. That's despite the fact that short sellers lost $731 million in September as cannabis stocks soared. It's multiple standard deviations away from the norm, said the head of research at S3 Partners. We just don't have this much shorting across a full sector. Much of the increased activity was centered on just two companies, Canopy Growth Corp and Tilray Inc. And our third story today is from MarketWatch.com. GE stock soars after CEO Flannery is replaced to take a near $23 billion impairment charge. Shares of General Electric jumped 8% in pre-market trade Monday after the industrial conglomerate said its chief executive officer, John Flannery, was being replaced after a little over a year in the role. Flannery became CEO in June of 2017. The company names H. Lawrence Culp Jr. as CEO and chairman, effective immediately. Culp had been CEO of Danaher Corp from 2000 to 2014. GE also named Thomas Horton, who was CEO of American Airlines from 2011 to 2013, as lead director. The company said because of weaker performance of its GE Power business, it will fall short of the 2018 free cash flow and earnings per share guidance and expects to take non-cash goodwill impairment charges of close to $23 billion. The stock tumbled 53.3% over the past 12 months through Friday, while the Dow Jones Industrial Average has rallied 18.1%. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is news you can use for today, October 1st, 2018, your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli, Trade Smart, and have a great day.
Thank you for listening to the Options News Rundown. To learn more about these stories or any other developments from the world of options, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider.
The preceding program was a production of the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play. Don't forget to follow along with your favorite programs and submit your own questions for the hosts at twitter.com/options, facebook.com/theoptionsinsider, or via questions@theoptionsinsider.com.